We're going to get on track here. We have 6 more teams in the graduate division. For those that have been with us throughout the day, thank you very, very much. We know that it is a long slog, but when you're getting to see some of the brightest people in the world talk about the things that they're passionate about, it's pretty cool. So thank you very, very much for coming today. As I said, we have 6 more teams. After that, we'll break for a half hour or so while they reset the room. So you can please wander around the building if you haven't been in the building before. It's a beautiful building, best building on campus, and we have the best space in the best building on campus, so we're so lucky. But we will be back here at 5:30 for a reception and an award ceremony. And there will be hundreds of people here, so I hope you can make it back. You're all welcome. Okay. Everybody wants to swing the golf club a little bit better. So without further ado, Perflection, did I say that right?
Yes.
Perflection AI is going to swingie for you.
All right. Hello, everyone. We're Team Perflection AI. We're building a mobile sport learning companion. My name is Zack. This is my co-founder, Oliver, and Gary joining us online. Do you know that there are 3.5 billion people participating in recreational sports? And for our beachhead sport, golf, there are 70 million, including 27 million golfers in the US. Learning a sport like golf is a prolonged grind. Without a personal coach, it is even more so. However, human coaches are extremely hectic and costly to work with. People find it super expensive. Essentially, it's still a privilege. The group lessons are cheaper, but you cannot get as much personalization out of it in the end. And they find remote coaching slow and ineffective. You might wonder, what about YouTube tutorials? Is that easy and quick? Unfortunately, there are too many videos talking about the same thing. However, each one is being super generic. Led by the AI research, we propose a 24/7 companion to deliver affordable, tailored, and gamified experience. In other words, we're making pocket coaches. We make your phone observe, talk, and teach, just like a human by your side. So Swingie has the convenience like YouTube and teaches like a human coach. Let's see the demonstration.
All right, let's work on a few key things. First, keep your head steady, and then keep the backswing controlled. Don't overdo it. Also remember to slow down your tempo. Try hit 2 half swings and feel the difference.
As a training companion, Swingie also put human coaches in the loop. It's like the TA between professors and students in college. Based on the interaction data between golfers and coaches, Swingie iteratively trains itself, tailoring unique learning for unique individuals. To do this, we constantly measure our success by 2 metrics. First, we use objective measurements on body motion, golf ball, practice routine to make sure our golfers are actually making progress. Second, we collect user feedback in terms of subjective ones, such as feeling of improvement, increase in motivation, aha moments, to keep them engaged and motivated. So we measure our competitive edge in 2 key areas: utility, like personalization, and accessibility, such as cost and flexibility. Our differentiator, we make digital twins of human coaches, allowing our golfers to practice independently, anytime, anywhere, while still have access to pro coaches when needed. To give a market reference, there are 4.5 million golfers taking 21 million lessons and generate 1.6 billion revenue in the States every year. And beyond golf, sitting at our beachhead market, we see sports coaching market is growing. It is projected to be 36.2 billion in 5 years. And at this moment, I just want to highlight the fact that these numbers are based on the current market, but we are delivering personalized coaching to more people, so we're actually expanding it. If we double the current penetration rate with our subscription model, we're going to double the market size. Our business model is actually a simple one, a SaaS freemium model. We charge $30 a month or $360 per year, and providing a whole year companion at a cost that only costs you 2 lessons. At this stage, we're talking to over 100 customers, and 90 of them confirmed the problem is real and they're willing to try their solutions. And so we're testing our MVPs and iterating them with 2 professional golfers and 10 early adopters. In 2025, we'll continue to iterate our MVPs. We're going to use the fund from McGinnis to fuel this process. And we plan to have a full-fledged solution in 2026. And once the PMF of golf training is verified, we're going to expand to other sports in 2027. And we expect to reach 3 million ARR by the end of 2029. Our CMU gave us a fantastic ground. So our team is full CMU. We all have prior start experiences from DPAC to business and product operations. And within the team, we have engineers, community leaders, customer specialists, designers to build Swingie together. This is our team. We all love sports, and we can do some work. We have Coach Dan and Professor Yurko to teach us on to do sports analytics and golf training. We also have entrepreneur mentors to teach us how to build towards product market fit. With Perflection, we made sport learning a joyful ride.
We have to move to. You had me until you put Spatel's picture up there. All right, judges. He didn't even hear me. He's in the back, not paying attention.
How do you intend to attract users?
We use free trials with our AI features as a hook, and then we're going to pull them towards our subscription model once they validate this is actually working in terms of instant feedback and coaching companion.
What equipment?
Yep.
What equipment is needed besides a phone? That looks like a funny golf club. And it also looks like there are some dots on the person that was playing, perhaps.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Yes, so pretty much we use just your cell phone camera to extract 3D motion, and then we represent them in AI language that can be interpretable and translate into natural language.
Okay, so the answer is nothing.
Yeah, basically just phone camera, yes. Tripod? Yeah, tripod, yeah. Depends on.
So there are a lot of products in this space
Yeah.
already, even on the graphic that you showed, but then you said our AI is better, right? But your product isn't even in the market yet, you're working on. What makes your AI better than all the other people?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So we pretty much make digital twins of human coaches to make human personalization more accessible. And compared to our software competitors, they usually have a outdated technology. They can only detect fatal mistakes, and they hard code with if conditions such that if you here and here, this is problem A. If foot is flying, it's problem B, and then you have fixed template of solutions and recommendations. That's just not gonna grow with the users and provide a tailored experiences. So we're using language models and vision language models to sort of make that experience very sort of growing with you, like a companion. So that's why we're sitting a little bit on top in terms of the personalization axis. Yeah.
So speaking of personalization, how are you able to, in a sense, devise some sort of lesson plan, in a sense, for your artificial intelligence to observe a golfer over time and really prioritize, this is where you need to really lean in? I mean, what type of design have you been able to apply to basically your teaching platform?
Pretty much, we sort of we don't get rid of humans. We kind of work with human coaches. Essentially, it's like a TA, sitting around between professors and students. The professor is going to meet you maybe 2 or 3 times a week to calibrate the overall architecture of your training. But the TA is the one that getting more involved, seeing are you making progress or are you reversing progress. And it's a training in the loop. It's a human in the loop that calibrate the low-level training. And in the end, it's going to achieve what you're essentially going to do. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that you have to build a community around this too.
Yes,
right?
we already have one running, yeah.
We have a Halo collar for our dogs, and we have Cesar Milan, who is sort of, at least I feel like, okay, there's a dog training brain built into this learning platform. So maybe that's a useful.
Yes. The community is really the key for both, bring the data in, we iterate our products based on their feedback, and also we bring the data in to fine-tune our models. So
Lisa, do you have a question? Lisa?
Her point was, get a special person with an ego that people will notice.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks for the tip.
So your MVP test, that was 10 users?
Right now, 2 professional coaches and 10 golfers.
So have you thought about expanding that and getting a more diverse base of feedback? Because
Yep.
obviously that's going to be critical in terms of the accuracy of.
Yes. Initially, we're
model.
trying to have an initial small customer base because we want, extroverted person who wanting to help and really, want to go through all this technical hustle to work with us. As we have recognitions and validations in terms of, it really works, we're going to expand that immediately to get more data and just to spin that data and product flywheel later.
Kind of ties into my question.
Yep.
It looks like your video looks like you need to use your product a little
Yep.
bit more, your golf swing. Are you able to show like any improvement? I think that's probably part of like growing your user base to show that like someone uses your product and actually gets better.
Yes, we actually measure our success by 2 metrics. As I earlier mentioned, is that a lot of stuff like body motions, stats, and contacts are already directly measured by the app. So with that, it's there in the app that we can directly measure. What teaching mechanism works and what doesn't. And then we also have subjective
Okay,
ones.
we have to end right there. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.